Thanks, Bob. Thanks for having me here today. You know, one of the first questions I get, and I always have to explain this, shame on me, people wonder about my title. My title with my company, Think Again Coaching, is Chief Question Officer. And people say, I've never heard of that before. What kind of title is that? What it means is, my role is questions. I've found that I'm outstanding at questions. Now, some people think that means I'm really ask hard questions, hard-hitting questions. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is asking questions that make people see themselves and their organization differently. I believe that I actually, through my questions, help people and organizations figure out their soul. Because once you know where your soul is, what you're really all about, you can achieve your objectives, your organization can achieve its objectives. So I believe that questions are the starting point of everything. In fact, I have meetings where I will spend the start of the meeting 20 to 30 minutes figuring out the right question to be asking. Because one of my beliefs is, one of my slogans is, that the question is the answer. Because if we ask the right question of ourselves and of our organization, it will lead us to the place we need to go. I don't like to come into organizations and tell them things. I don't like to give advice, because when you ask the right questions, people and organizations figure it out in here. They own it from the beginning. So I see my role as Chief Question Officer. It's what I do. It's what I do every day for the people I work with, whether it be an individual or an organization. Now, some people then say, well, Jeff, what do questions have to do with relationships? You're the relationship guy. And my answer is short and sweet. Absolutely everything. Because without good questions, deep questions, questions where you actually care about the answer, you can't build relationships. Because to me, the essence of relationships is spending every minute of every day figuring out ways to help the people you're connected to help work with the people to add value to them, whether it be personally or professionally. And if you're giving value, the only way you can learn how you can help is through questions. So what does that mean, Jeff? What do you do with your questions? Well, I've evolved it into what I call the essence of questions. See, most of us ask questions at a superficial level. Even if we care about the answer, we're starting at a level of trying to get knowledge or information. Or we ask, as salespeople, we ask prospecting questions. That's a mistake. Because when we're asking prospecting questions, we're selling. And relationships are not based and not built upon sales conversations. They're based upon conversations between people. So when I talk about questions, my first and foremost focus is to seek to understand. I don't just want data, I don't want information, I want to understand. I need context of who I'm talking to, about the organization. Where are they? What are they trying to accomplish? So I tend to ask people in this relationship building process questions that go far beyond what you would think would be the normal depth of questions. So first and foremost, seek to understand. The second place I go is seek to know. Seeking to know that person that I'm talking to. Now, this doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to be a personal conversation, but I am working hard to ask questions and listen very hard, to get to know who they are. What are they about? What's really important to them? So I've got seek to understand, seek to know, and the third piece is constantly be seeking ways to help. Listening with an ear towards helping. Asking the magic question. Everyone says, what's the magic question? It's real easy. What do you need? How can I help you? We don't ask that question enough. People are shocked when I ask them that question. And if I'm committed to actually helping them, and I put the effort in to try and help them, I have not only started a relationship, I've actually built a relationship, sometimes in the first 30 seconds. Now, the other essence to these questions in relationship building, not only do I need to seek to understand, to know, and to help, but I have to actually care about the answer. I have to listen beyond hard, beyond completely. You have to do what I call full soul listening, where I'm taking everything in that I hear to know that person, to know the organization, find a way to help, and thus build that relationship.